Hey guys, so I figured I would kind of go over how I plan to do these Damasteel knives and what I plan to make. I don't have a whole ton of time to make these knives, so I'm not going to make a whole bunch of knives. I definitely want to do at least one chef. I want to do an akuri and probably a couple paring knives. So I'm going to show you how I laid it out. These are 2 bars of Damasteel, and this stuff is expensive. This bar here is about $1,000. It's 2-inch wide by 5/32, about 3 foot long. So I'm going to try to make the most use of this. I tend to forge this stuff for a couple of reasons. One, I like how it makes the pattern follow the cutting edge. One of the things I hate is when I see a chef's knife that's been cut out of a piece of Damasteel, and you see the pattern that runs linear, and then the knife edge is doing this, and it kind of runs straight off. It just looks weird to me. I much prefer to see the pattern run with the edge. The other thing I really like about forging it in is that, well, it saves me a ton of material because, like I said, this stuff's not cheap. And I can use up more of my scrap. So I do pre-cut this much more than I would if this was mono steel, where I can just kind of mush it around and do whatever I want, because it is so hard to forge out. So first I'm going to mark in my tang section here, about 2.5 inches, about halfway through the bar, right there. Now this little 2.5-inch section here will become a paring knife later, and I'll forge the tang out of that. And I want to do about a 7-inch cutting edge, so we'll mark off about 7 inches, and then I'm going to pre-cut this at a huge angle, so I'm not drawing this out. Kind of doing the first step of forging by cutting. So now I have one knife marked out. This is a 7-inch chef. Now I'll do another chef on the other side of this, since I already have this cut. This one here. We'll do like an 8-inch blade on that. Cool. And there we go. So now we have 2 paring knives. All right. So that'll give me 2 paring knives and 2 chef's knives out of, what is that, about 16 inches? Yeah, about 16 inches of material. Right there. That's pretty good use of material. I'm going to mark the curry off in this pattern here. This is the, what's called the Balmer pattern. This is Loki. So I'll do about a 7-inch blade for that. And this one won't get any other forging or any other grinding other than that. What I'm going to do is just forge the bevels of the knife in, and that'll create the curvature, and then I'll forge the tang in. I'll do a little bit of forging on the flats to kind of change the, or the edges rather, to change the shape, but primarily I'm going to be just thinning these edges, and that gets me my width up to about 2.25, 2.5 inches, but it also gives me the curvature I need. That saves a lot of forging effort, because this stuff doesn't forge nicely or easily. So that'll give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 knives, 6 knives. It'll be another paring knife. I guess I could do a bread knife as well. I'll lay that out. I'm not sure I'll do it, but we're going to go about an 8-inch blade for a bread knife. 2-inch tang. I'll just rip it right in half. Just like that. And I can kind of taper that out a little bit and do 2 bread knives out of that. So, next step is going to be go to the bandsaw and cut this out. Once I get them cut out, then I can start to forge them.